Hello everyone, Andy here from Andy's Credit Corner. Thanks for tuning in. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about my 2024 overall credit card goals and general roadmap that I'm envisioning for next year. I would say this is not necessarily a rigid roadmap like some people might put out, but just a general plan that I have regarding credit cards and traveling and what I plan to focus on in 2024. So first of all, if you're new to this channel, welcome. I talk about credit cards, points and miles, and other travel topics. So if you haven't done so already, be sure you hit the subscribe button so that you're able to see what I have to offer you in 2024. So first of all, just a general recap of 2023. So I took one major trip this year that was to Switzerland, and I had booked that trip with points and miles, namely the flight going to and from Switzerland along with a Hyatt stay over there, using mainly my Chase Ultimate Rewards points and potentially some Bilt points as well. I can't remember exactly. And there was also one other domestic Hyatt stay that I had, just a short trip, where I booked that hotel using either Chase or Bilt points. Again, I can't remember exactly. It wasn't until fairly recently in August of 2023 when I expanded into a third ecosystem, that being Capital One. And that's when I got the Capital One Venture X card, and I got the sign up bonus for that for 75,000 Capital One miles. And so I'm currently sitting on all of those Venture miles and haven't done any redemptions yet on those, although I did use the $300 travel credit that you get every year through their portal. And so those miles will likely be used sometime in 2024, whether it's for one big trip or several smaller trips, we'll see. And the Venture X card was the only card that I opened in 2023. I know many of you out there opened many more cards than I did this past year. And there are a few factors to why my velocity was so slow. One reason was because I had just completed my Chase trifecta back at the tail end of 2022. And at that time, I wasn't sure what direction to go in. I just wanted to stay with my Chase setup at that time. And this was partly because I had 5% bonuses going on the Chase Freedom Unlimited and Chase Freedom Flex cards, 5% grocery bonus and 5% gas bonuses respectively. So that kind of kept me going for a while, earning me lots of points month in and month out. So that was kind of cool. But those bonuses have since expired. And as the year wore on, I realized that maybe I might want to get the Venture X card, and I might be in a good position to get it due to the fact that I had not opened any new cards or gotten any new inquiries for several months at that point. Capital One is kind of sensitive. In many cases, they like you to stay inquiry free for maybe 6 months or so. So I got approved for the Venture X after going 8 months without any new inquiries and no new credit cards either. And finally, one reason why my velocity was so slow was due to Chase's 524 rule. Getting the Venture X unfortunately put me in 524 jail, as it's called, and I will remain in jail for another month or so. And there are more Chase cards that I would like to get. So at this point, I'm kind of waiting that out until I break free from 524 jail. Looking ahead to 2024 now, I currently have 2 trips planned, both in the early part of the year. One to California, which I made a video about, and I'm also taking a trip in April to Indiana to see the solar eclipse coming up. So I'll be in Indianapolis when that event happens. If any of you watching are making plans to see the eclipse next year, put down in the comments below on where you'll be seeing it from. As for the remainder of 2024, I'm not quite sure yet as far as my travel schedule goes. I'm still kind of getting that together. I might only travel domestically next year. I might take an international trip maybe later in the year. We'll see. Of those 2 trips that I mentioned, I'm going to be staying at Hyatt's during those trips for a total of 7 nights at various Hyatt properties. And it is for this reason that I'm going to be looking into achieving status with Hyatt next year. Because of the fact that you would get status after staying 10 nights at Hyatt's in 1 year, I am now within range of getting status just with a few more nights at Hyatt's throughout the rest of the year. So I figure I'm in a good place to achieve this goal. And I do like staying at Hyatt's due to the fact that it's easy to get good redemptions from your Chase and Bilt points. So I think going forward, it'll be increasingly the case that I will be using my Chase and Bilt points toward Hyatt stays, while I use the points gathered in my Capital One account towards flights and potentially other ecosystems that I get into, using those points for flights as well. Because there aren't any really good hotel transfer partners other than Hyatt when it comes to good hotel redemptions with points. Having said that, both Chase and Bilt have many good airline transfer partners as well. And Chase in particular has some good transfer bonuses on a pretty regular basis, so that helps as well. This is one thing that's kind of getting me down about the Capital One ecosystem because of the fact that they haven't had a transfer bonus in a while as I'm filming this. So that is a factor in me valuing Chase points more than Capital One points. Plus, as I said in a recent video, I have a ton of Capital One miles right now and not many Chase points. So I'm going to be looking to replenish my Chase points in the early part of next year. And the way that I plan to do this is, aside from spending more on my Chase cards, is to start getting into the Chase business cards, namely the Chase Ink cards. And the one that I'm looking at right now is the Chase Ink Cash card with its 5% categories. So I will probably be adding that card sometime in the spring of 2024 once I'm out of 524 jail. And I know currently it has a high sign-up bonus of 90,000 Ultimate Rewards points. It has tended to be ranging between 75,000 and 90,000. So, hopefully the bonus will still be good by then. Even 75,000 Ultimate Rewards points would be pretty good. One other card that I would like to open at some point next year is the Capital One Saver One card. This, of course, is a contributor to the Capital One Duo, as it's called on the internet here. The Saver One card has a variety of 3x points categories, and you can combine the cash back that you earn with this card into your Capital One Venture X card, or if you have the Venture card. And that card typically comes with a 20,000 point sign-up bonus, so that will further add to my stash of Capital One miles, so that would be nice as well. Aside from those cards, I'm not quite sure yet. I might want to expand into another credit card ecosystem, possibly the Wells Fargo ecosystem, now that they're adding these new autograph cards to their portfolio. As I am filming this, we still don't know their transfer partners, and we still don't know everything about these cards that are going to come out, but I am definitely keeping these cards on my radar as possible candidates for future expansion of my collection. So there you have it. That's my plan and my roadmap and my outlook for 2024 when it comes to my credit card strategy. I've also posted a couple of other videos recently, one about my credit card strategy for the first quarter of next year, along with the general channel outlook. I could post them here on the screen so you could go and check them out if you haven't done so already. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button again, and if you liked this content today, be sure to hit the like button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching and have a Happy New Year.